Soll die komplett raus? Komplett raus? So, meinst du?
Das lassen darfst du eigentlich. Das ist hart. Sperr doch die Ecke ab. Pinsel da irgendwie über und dann lässt du es messen. Auch nicht vielleicht? Weil ich habe die Idee auch nicht.
Das ist eine schlechte In-vitro-Lage. So, was macht Bayern? Wie gefällt dir? Ja. Aber du musst das abstellen. Du musst die Ecke erstmal wieder offen und das nicht ziehen. Und wenn man es laut ist, wird man gehört. Zukleben mit irgendwas, Folie und Klebeband oder so. Und dann muss das durchgelüftet sein und dann wird da nichts mehr passieren. Und da wird nicht ein Hauch sein. Jetzt ja. Nee, okay.
Hamburg and Bremen, two Hanseatic cities in the north of Germany, two cities known for their disdain for one another, and we're here in Hamburg for the Nord Derby of the future today. It's the U19 Nord Derby. Hello everyone, or moin moin as they say up north. I'm Kai Dombach and welcome to Uvetzele Allee in the shadow of the Volkspark Stadion for today's contest. It was a chilly morning with lows at about 5 degrees Celsius or 41 Fahrenheit, but it's up to 10 Celsius and plenty of sun as we have some Saturday fun. It's the first match in a month for both of these sides as they were off for the international break, so we'll see if they still have their legs about them when they come out here in a couple of minutes' time. Now, as for the defending Cup champions Werder Bremen, they did not do so well in the first couple of months in the season. They have 3 times as many losses as wins in the league and picked up just 2 points in September and currently sit in 5th place out of 7 teams in Group A. Plus, after losing in the first round of the Pokal to St. Pauli, they'll have to take their hands off the hardware that was theirs last season. Certainly not for a lack of effort, but let's say they didn't feel the need to call Earth, Wind, and Fire. But there is definitely a bright spot in Kevin Matney. He's tied with Zellner from Kiel and Wardius of St. Pauli with 5 goals for top of the group. He's put away his team's last 3 goals, all coming in the last 2 games from the penalty spot. Now, certainly they'll need to score from somewhere other than 11 meters out to make Hamburg worry, but if you're Bremen, goals are goals at this point. Now, as for Hamburg under Oliver Krause, they should be very pleased with what they have done so far this year. They have yet to drop a single point in league play this year. That's right, they have a perfect 6 wins in 6 games, putting in 20 goals in the process and beating everyone else in the group already. And not to mention, they only allowed more than 1 goal 1 time, but that was by this exact Bremen side in the first match day back in August. So the big boys don't get together for their first top division match until December, but these 2 teams have already provided us with an incredible season opener. Hamburg scored 3 first-half goals back on August 10th, and they took that momentum into the second half and doubled up Werder Bremen 4-2 to get the season started. And Bremen hasn't really found their legs as of yet as the HSV U19s come onto the field. So Hamburg coming in with 6 wins, no draws, and no losses in league play. A perfect 18 points achieved out of 18 possible, plus 14 goal differential, and they stand on top of Group A. And as for Werder Bremen, just 1 win for them, as you see them following Hamburg onto the pitch. 3 draws and 3 losses for just 6 points. 5th out of 7 in Group A. In case you're wondering what all that noise is, it's actually planes taking off and landing. We're not very far away from the big airport here in Hamburg. Something else that Bremen has to think about is that their defense has allowed goals in every single game. In fact, in all but 1 game, they've allowed at least 2 to fly past them in between the pipes. So this will be Werder Bremen's final away game in 2025. They will finish out the rest of the year at home. They have just 4 games left. Meanwhile, for Hamburg, they will head over to Blumenthal next weekend, and followed by a home match to start off November before the international break. So both teams are being led out onto the pitch. And Aaron Sebastian Richter, our head referee, has the ball in his right hand. And, well, what a better name for a referee than Richter, which means judge in German. If you're learning German, there is your German lesson for the day. And if you're wondering what gender it is masculine, so der Richter. And Richter has Matis Merk and Ibrahim Elias Hofiani on either side of him to help out with the offside calls. And a little round of applause as both teams present themselves to the audience. Hi, Mom. There you see the referees one more time. Richter in the middle. Hofiani and Merk going to help him out, dressed in all black, as Hamburg comes out in the white shirts and the red shorts, traditional red shorts. Werder Bremen with the green shirt and white shorts. So the two captains coming together and then walking back to their separate sides. And with that, let's give you the starting lineups for these two teams. So Staka starting in goal for the visiting Werder Bremen side. Höcke, Krugman, Strüder, and Osadnik along the defensive backs for Bremen, right in front of Staka. And then Buck, Mbassi, and Haveri in the midfield. And Capricorn, Manti, and Birkenpesch up top for the visiting Werder Bremen side. Now, as for Hamburg, they put Dickes in goal. In front of him, Lemke, Adekunle, Bisimuele, and Hensel. No changes to the back line for Hamburg from their last game. And in front of them, Yiltrim, Schumann, and Akildis, as well as Barkowski, Bugaj, and Hatish. And if you're Bremen, you're definitely going to keep an eye on Yildirim. He's got 4 goals and 4 assists, leading Hamburg in both categories. So Hamburg going to go from left to right here in the first half. Bremen going to go the other side. And we are underway here in Hamburg in the shadows of the Volksparkstadion. And everybody here on the field certainly wants to be in that stadium one day. So Hamburg trying to work quickly on the far side. And now electing to bring it back to their own defensive side of the field. Hamburg likes to go 4-3-3 in their formation. Something that Oliver Krause really likes to use, and if anybody should know, it's him, because he actually studied sports science at the German Sport University of Cologne, according to his LinkedIn page. And he's done a lot with youth teams across Germany, primarily in North Rhine-Westphalia. As the cross goes into the box, a little bit too early for everybody else to get in for Hamburg, as that is cleared away right in front of Akildiz. So Krause actually previously worked with Arminia Bielefeld's youth system as well as Schalke's. Not too much of a playing history for Krause, but Werder Bremen's head coach, Cedric Macchiati, actually has quite the playing history here in Germany. Played for Wolfsburg for 3 years, and then a year in Duisburg, 4 years in Freiburg, 2 in Bremen, and that was his last time playing in the Bundesliga. He was also an assistant coach for the senior squad for Werder Bremen in 2021 for a match. And a whistle will give the ball back to Werder Bremen. Hamburg with the majority of possession here in the opening 2.5 minutes. Hamburg is a very offensively minded team. They've scored at least 2 goals in all but 1 league game. Not only that, they have yet to trail here in Group A. As the ball goes out into the Bremen bench. Have to keep your head up if you're that close to the field. And the ball won back by Hamburg. Now here they come, Hensel. Tries to make a move. Works on the 1-2 and unable to get the ball back. Some of his teammates were calling that his shirt was getting pulled, and I think it was pretty fair of them to say that. So off the goal kick, it goes back to the keeper. Stocka rolls it along the ground. Ball stood in the same place, just bouncing in the same place for a little while. Finally picked up. Now Fernando Dickus puts his foot on the ball. A lot of gegenpressing here, and now Bremen gets possession. Only had it for a brief moment before they had to retreat. Just still filling each other out here in these opening minutes here in Hamburg. And Richter calls a halt to the match. Just checking to make certain that everybody's okay, everything's good. Knocked towards the box, and Bremen has to pick up the loose change, but Hamburg gets the turnover. Trying to find a way forward near midfield. And sneaks past the back man, and here comes Hamburg into the 18. And Stocka falls on the ball. But Hamburg is starting to pick Bremen apart here. Bugaj was able to sneak past his defender in Osadnik, who didn't have a great read on that pass. And a whistle and a foul off the ball. And that will be a free kick to Hamburg as Haltisch hit the deck. No harm intended there as Krogman came back to help him out, as we see the replay here with Bugaj just getting shoved off the ball right in front of Stocka. Just enough to prevent an opportunity, but not enough for Richter to call the penalty. So good defense there. And Stocka reaches out and grabs the free kick out of the air. Good set of hands from the German keeper. And a big collision near midfield. Good tackle. Other than that one misplay from Osadnik, it's been pretty good play for both of these teams. The only time Hamburg has really looked flustered was when they tried to get into that attacking third. And Bremen tends to just clamp down well away from the 18-yard box. Haven't seen Bremen really take any chances up front. Ball trickles out near midfield, and it will be a Bremen throw-in as they've got a friend down on the ground. Happened well off the ball. And he gets back to his feet. A good sign to see. Tom Capricorn getting back up. Played in all but one game for Bremen so far in this season. Ball drifts all the way back to Dickus. Now Bremen applying the pressure. About half strength there. Nobody right in front of Dickus, who fires it forward and a little bit too far. Bugaj could not catch up to it. First start for Bugaj this season. This is his 19th time appearing for the U19 squad. Has 1 goal so far in his U19 career. Scored 6 times when he was with the U17s in 17 games. And Bremen picks out the throw-in. Ball going all the way back to Staka, who's looking for his first clean sheet of the season. Knocked forward, electing to go with the long ball here, and the cross into the box. A little bit too high for everybody, and it falls behind the end line for a goal kick for Hamburg. Everybody for Bremen was right in front of the D. So that allowed the goal kick to be taken quite easily. You know, it's just those little split-second things where you might just switch off for a second or two, and the other side can pick it out. As we've got a whistle. Looks like we're going to be heading the other way, as the Bremen captain Höcke took care of business. Höcke, one of the mainstays of the Bremen U19 squad, playing in his 40th game here at the U19 level. Was a part of that cup-winning squad from last year. Hamburg maintaining possession, now moving ahead with possession. If one can't do it, Bugaj can. And it goes behind the end line, and that will be a corner kick to the home side. Plenty of fans here for the Youth Nord Derby. Remember, the first senior Nord Derby in the top division since 2018 will be taking place in a couple months, so this is just a preview of that one as the corner kick goes in and Bremen manages to get on top of the ball and firing it to the other side of the half. Excuse me, the other half of the field. But Hamburg wins possession, maintaining the pressure near the 18. Now snuck along the ground, Schumann sends it over to the right side. Fired into the box, and he was looking for Barkowski. But the cross was not quite there from Hotisch. Hotisch knew exactly who he wanted to pick out, but just not quite where that cross needed to go. Brought brought down, and Bremen moving forward. Getting past Hamburg's press. Battle for possession near the 18, and Lichte says that's enough. Hamburg will take the ball from there, as that was a little bit too much there coming from Bremen. Won by Bremen in midfield and lost near the corner flag. Hamburg will get us back underway. Referee giving advantage to Hamburg there, and now given away just after they lost advantage. So Osadnik fires it forward. And Hamburg falls on top of the ball once more. Sprinting ahead, but off target on the pass, and Bremen will take care of business. Seeing Hensel coming up again and again. He's in that right back spot, but he has no problem coming up to help out. He's one of the taller players for Hamburg, as you see him getting the turnover there and starting to move ahead. But a bit of a frustration there from Hamburg. They have the speed, but they just do that one extra pass. It's a little bit unnecessary. That's why they've only had one chance here in the first half. But Hamburg certainly in control here at home. Sent forward, but Bremen takes it away. Good awareness there from Buck. Just all those little things adding up. So Lichte comes over to check to make certain that nobody is planning on any funny business. But Bossy, look at that. Just letting Hamburg players rub off his shoulders. So you see Lichte keeping everybody on a tight leash, as there was a foreign object on the field. But it's off the field now, and we'll get back underway from Osadnik. Still looking for teammates, and now he does. And Hamburg breezing past Osadnik. Ball did just slip out of bounds for a split second. Hooker lost it out of bounds near midfield, but he'll draw the throw in. And a whistle and a foul as Hooker took a seat in a way he didn't want to. So Hamburg has certainly had the majority of possession, the majority especially in the attacking half. But Bremen has managed to ride it out. Didn't allow any decent shots on target. I don't think they actually even allowed one shot on target. So at this point, if you're Bremen, you just have to figure out how to get past Hensel. It seems like no matter where the ball is on the near side, Hensel just comes right for it. See him once more. Lost possession for a split second, but gets it right back. He's been quite busy right in front of us. So Lemke getting tangled up with his opponent and losing his shoe in the process. Slips the boot back on. Hamburg electing to play more of a possession game right there, but given away. Not a great pass, but getting it right back and fired forward. This is another chance for Bugaj. Tries to sneak past the keeper, trickling towards the goal, and it goes in. Well, not the most beautiful goal, but they all count as Bugaj managed to get the ball past Staka, who tried to go on the ground to smother the ball. Instead, the white pill just bounced right past him all the way home. And that's how Bugaj gets his first goal of the year. Didn't even try a shot there. It just deflected off his foot in the right way. And hey, you have to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. And that puts Hamburg on top here in the 22nd minute. So Staka misplaying and misreading that charge from Bugaj. And now Hooker needs a little bit of time grabbing onto his knee. So injury, potential concern for Bremen as their captain starting to grimace. There you see the Hamburg coach Oliver Krause, 41 years young. Trying to lead the next group of red shorts from here to the Volksparkstadion. And given away, Hamburg trying to go ahead, but Bremen just gets right in front of that chance from Yildirim. So throw-in upcoming for Hamburg. Well into the attacking third once again. You know, Hamburg rarely plays with their backs to the goal. They usually face towards the goal. That's how you know you're an aggressive side. And even though they're up by one, they're looking for more right here. Hensel giving it off. And the pass, not sure who that was for, but Bugaj thought he saw a man in white streaking ahead. Well, Bugaj had a little bit of time, and he could have aimed that opportunity a little bit closer to goal. So Bremen's starting to slip a little bit here on defense. As you saw, the back was fooled by Bugaj, going to the right a couple steps, allowed the open window. So Hamburg still on top here, have yet to trail here in league play. And with Bugaj's goal about 4 minutes ago, he's now halfway to becoming another player with at least 2 goals. Hamburg already with 5 players at that mark. Barkowski, one of them, as well as Yildirim and Lemke, all out there in the starting 11 for Hamburg. Now Bremen trying to find a way ahead. Trying to find a path forward, but the ball goes into the Hamburg bench. Hooker gets us back underway. And Hamburg takes the ball once more. Bremen just not looking very confident when they have possession. Haven't been able to trouble Dickus at all. Ball goes back to Schluter, who's appeared in every single match this season for Bremen. So if you're Bremen, just something that you have to think about is that your next move matters more than your last mistake. Plenty of mistakes committed by this Bremen side. But Hamburg committing a big one right there, as there's a yellow card shown. The first card of the day. So Hamburg has been lulled into its first real mistake there, an early yellow card. So if you're Hamburg, you have to go after that player, recognizing that he can't do as much as he did earlier in the game. Ball goes back near midfield though, and sent ahead by Hensel. Not a bad idea using the outside of his right foot, but picked up by Hooker with ease. But not a bad idea. Hensel has been really instrumental so far here in the opening half hour. Sent forward now on the near side, and Hamburg picks it out once more. But a throw in now for Bremen in the attacking third. Really need to figure out a way to turn towards goal. Hamburg has been excellent keeping them from facing the net. And now here goes Höcke. Some good moves, looking for a chance to cross, and does. And that will be a throw-in for the men in green. Not sure who's playing that music, but could be inspirational towards the Bremen side. So Capricorn will go for the throw-in and fires it into the box. Headed close towards the goal, and Dickus was right there. First real attempt that went towards the Hamburg keeper. This is his 7th game with the U19 side. He's also played with the B team for Hamburg 3 times this year. And a whistle and a foul, and Lichte brings out the yellow card once more. Very clear shirt pull there. And that is a yellow card against Krogman. So one more shirt pull and he'll be done for the day. And he does need to be careful. He has picked up 2 yellows in a game before. Ball sent back to Dickus. He's been much more busy, much busier trying to get Hamburg moving forward than saving Hamburg's life in between the pipes. And if you're a goalkeeper, you certainly don't mind that. But when you're needed, you certainly need to step up and save the day. Sent forward along the ground. This is a good development for Bremen into the 18. Looking for a chance, and that will go behind the end line. As you see Manti trying to get involved and trying to tell his guys where they need to cut. But I like the idea. That was a good move there for Bremen. Just needed to get that extra cut. That one man to go in the right place and be there at the right time. And that would have led to some issues for Dickus. Another foul drawn by Hamburg. Hotter seems to be the one to really put his body on the line for Hamburg. Trying to cut in front. Good ball movement, but Bremen cutting it out just in time. Again, I'm not sure where that music's coming from, probably from the stadium. The seniors aren't playing today, at least not here. We just always need to make certain that everything works in the main stadium. So that's providing a little bit of a soundtrack to the game. And Lichta says to get back up. And Bremen trying to scream ahead, but Dickus is right there. As Menthi tried to bring down the long ball, but was a little bit too far in front of him. So 10 minutes left. Hamburg looking to double their lead. Bremen looking for a little bit of respect here in Hamburg. The men in green have been unable to really develop anything. Anything as of yet, anything of note. As you saw Cedric Macchiati looking on. See him right there looking at the ball. Sent ahead. And nobody there for Bremen. Hensel looking for a friend. Good find to Bugaj. And Bremen in all kinds of trouble. Hensel gets it back. Bugaj was there in the corner, fires in the cross, too far for Starke to make a move. And Bremen manages to keep it in the field of play until Lichta says that's enough, and it's going to be a Hamburg throw-in. So Bremen running out of space. And you just don't feel any momentum coming from the side in green. It's lifted over the top, but right there for Starke. Not a great look there from Starke, just not a strong pass. And really, Bremen just not looking like they want to be there. And you can see that in Macchiati. Scratching his head, just going, what am I going to say to these guys? I mean, you can train and prepare all week. Really, actually, both teams have had about a month to quote-unquote prepare for this game. But if your head's not in it, if you're just not in it when game time arrives, all that training, all that work can be for naught. Enzo will get the throw in as soon as the other ball leaves the pitch, or he'll just take it for the throw-in to get us back underway. Flings it in, sends it back towards the halfway line. Hamburg leaving 3 players back there just in case. Hamburg spinning around, trying to get past Mbasi. But Mbasi was just all over that attack. finds its way all the way back to Dickus. Just over 5 minutes left here in the first half. Hamburg on top 1-0 thanks to Bugaj's efforts. Wouldn't necessarily call it a shot, but a goal nonetheless. And Bugaj gets on the ball near the corner flag. All he could get was a deflection, but Hamburg still in business. Ball goes back into the defensive half. Not a bad pass there from Yildirim, who's trying to find his man in Hotish in the box. So Hamburg starting to break out some of the creative moves. Bremen is able to read it, as Hotish was hoping that Hensel would have made his run. Hamburg is looking quite confident, quite comfortable here at home. Giving Bremen all kinds of fits and issues. Throw-in launched forward near the halfway line. And Bremen takes control. Staka trying to get around Yildirim and does. But that just allows Hamburg to come back up. And Hensel takes possession for the men in white and red. Almost every possession goes through Hamburg's number 15. Not afraid to play on either side of the field. He's been quite successful with his time here in the Hanseatic City, as he's also played 23 times for the U17 squad. And Hensel couldn't get the touch he wanted. He manages to get it back, just standing right in front and trying to get in between him and his defender. And Hensel this time called for the foul as Mbasi lost possession. But Hensel was just bullying Mbasi off the ball. I wasn't given the official heights for some of the players, including Hensel, but if I had to guess, I would say that Hensel has at least 5 inches or 10 centimeters on Mbasi. That's how he was able to wrestle him off the ball. And now Bremen going the other way, trying to find a response here in the final couple of minutes. But Dickus grabs the ball with ease. And they're getting closer, as you see Osadnik sending it into the box there. But Bremen just hasn't been able to put an attacker right in front until now. Not going out of here without a fight, and Mbasi gets pushed to the ground right outside the box. Lichto was not interested, but Bremen will hold on to the ball, looking for that ever important equalizer here in the final minute of the first half until it was given away by Hücke. Ball goes all the way back to Stocke, and now Hamburg applying the pressure on the other side of the field. Clearance goes into the trees, and Macchiati puts his hands in his pockets. Definitely not a good sign if your head coach is just putting his hands in his pockets and wondering what the halftime speech is going to be. I don't think they're going to earn their milk and cookies at halftime, this Werder Bremen side, as we've got 60 seconds left here in the first half. 1 minute of stoppage time added as the attempt from Yildirim gets blocked from just inside the box. So a very effective first half for HSV or HSV, depending on if you want to think in English or in German. And Werder Bremen, well, they're certainly here, but where are they? They are here physically, but mentally haven't really seen too much of them, especially on the left side of the field, as Lichte tells everybody it's halftime. Let's head to the locker rooms. Hamburg certainly very happy with what they've done, and Bremen will use the entire halftime period to think about what they want to do next. They have to do something else, something a little bit different for the second half. Otherwise, they're going to lose for a fourth time in league play.
So, munteres Spielchen hier in Hamburg, aber jetzt kommt es zur Auslosung. DFB-Pokal der Junioren. Das Achtelfinale steht an und heute losen wir die dazugehörigen Spiele. Wir haben heute zu Gast Thomas Wolter, SV Werder Bremen, sportlicher Leiter U23 und U19. Hallo. Und natürlich auch Holger Bellinghoff, Vorsitzender DFB-Jugendausschuss. Ja, er wird gleich die Auslosung auch noch mal ein bisschen erklären. Erste Frage nochmal an Thomas. Werder Bremen, Pokalsieger in der U19 im vergangenen Jahr. Was geht dir da noch durch den Kopf, wenn du an diesen Tag denkst, an diesen Pokaltriumph?
Ja, nicht nur an diesen Tag, sondern an den Weg, den die Jungs damals gegangen sind, von Spiel zu Spiel. Ne? Und je weiter wir gekommen sind, desto spannender wurde es. Und als wir uns dann endgültig qualifiziert haben fürs Finale, war die Vorfreude groß. Und ich selbst durfte als der Spieler viermal Berlin erleben, wusste, was auf die Jungs zukommt. Für viele von ihnen war es das erste Mal, so etwas Großes zu erleben. Und das gesamte Drumherum um dieses Endspiel, was der DFB da veranstaltet, ist schon klasse. Und das hat schon sorgt auch für eine Menge Gänsehaut bei allen Beteiligten vom ersten Tag oder von der ersten Stunde an. Und das war, je länger das dann je kürzer es zum Spiel wurde, nachher am Spieltag auch, hat man gemerkt, oh, jetzt ist hier doch irgendwas, was besonders ist. Und das war schon eine klasse Geschichte. Und dass wir natürlich auch als Sieger da hervorgehen konnten, umso schöner.
Also, Potsdam heißt das Ziel. Da wollen die verbliebenen 16 Teams hin. Das Pokalfinale, du hast es angesprochen, immer was ganz Besonderes am Vortag des Finals der Herren. Und ja, vielleicht, wir sehen schon heute nur eine Lostrommel da. Vielleicht ganz kurz, Holger, zum Prozedere. Wie wird heute gelost?
Ja, wir haben nur noch einen Lostopf mit 16 Vereinen. Alle Vereine, die kein anerkanntes Nachwuchsleistungszentrum haben, sind ausgeschieden. Deswegen haben wir im Prinzip nur noch den Profitopf heute dabei.
Also, ganz einfach, dann würde ich sagen, tauschen wir beide mal ganz schnell die Positionen. Und dann kann es auch schon losgehen. Ja, Thomas, walte deines Amtes, würde ich sagen. Fang an.
Ja, wir haben den deutschen Meister, den 1. FC Köln, mit einem Heimspiel.
Also, der 1. FC Köln schon 9 Tore im laufenden Wettbewerb erzielt.
Trifft auf die Stuttgarter Kickers.
Also, die Stuttgarter Kickers. 2 Auswärtssiege im Pokal, auch diesmal auswärts dabei.
Borussia Dortmund.
Borussia Dortmund 2:0 gegen den FC St. Pauli gewonnen, unser Live-Spiel.
Ja, ein Ruhrderby, der VfL Bochum.
Also, NRW-Duell gegen den VfL aus Bochum.
Die Eintracht aus Frankfurt.
Also, die Eintracht, also seit dieser Saison trainiert von Vereinslegende Alex Meyer.
Ja, spielt gegen RB Leipzig.
Auch wieder ein sehr interessantes Duell. Die Leipziger, die sich trotz früher roter Karte durchsetzen konnten gegen Darmstadt 98 mit 2:0.
Der VfL Wolfsburg mit einem Heimspiel.
Der VfL Wolfsburg noch ungeschlagen in allen 9 Pflichtspielen die Saison. 9 Siege sogar. 5:1 gegen Bayern 04 Leverkusen in der zweiten Runde.
Trifft auf TSG 1899 Hoffenheim.
Den Pokalsieger von 2024 also.
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Das Team von Oliver Kirch, das im vergangenen Jahr gegen die Bremer erst im Elfmeterschießen gescheitert ist.
Auch ein Westduell gegen Arminia Bielefeld.
Also Arminia Bielefeld, der Gegner, gewann in der zweiten Runde bei Holstein Kiel mit 2:0.
Der FC Ingolstadt.
Die Schanzer, 2 Siege, beides mal 4:1 bislang, also sehr gut durch den Wettbewerb gekommen.
Gegen den 1. FC Kaiserslautern.
Ja. Der 1. FC Kaiserslautern, Titelträger von 2003, bisher zweimal auswärts angetreten, es bleibt dabei.
FC Heidenheim.
Der erste FC Heidenheim noch ohne Gegentor im laufenden Wettbewerb.
Trifft auf Energie Cottbus.
Also Energie Cottbus, der Gegner. Beeindruckender 6:1 Sieg der Cottbusser gegen die noch ungeschlagenen Mainzer in der Liga.
Ja, letzte Paarung, Eintracht Braunschweig.
So, Eintracht Braunschweig, echte Pokalmannschaft, 2 Siege bislang logischerweise, in der Nachwuchsliga noch ohne Sieg.
Trifft auf den VfB Stuttgart.
Und der VfB Stuttgart, also der Gegner der VfB, also macht das Feld komplett, auch sie noch ohne Gegentor. Und ja, 3-mal schon Pokalsieger geworden, zuletzt 2022. Das Feld steht, würde ich sagen. Ein paar sehr interessante Partien dabei, würde ich sagen. Ja, das Ganze findet statt am 8. November, der Rahmenspieltag. Wie immer zu sehen auf YouTube und Twitch vom DFB. Also da wird es auf jeden Fall ein Spiel geben, was wir begleiten werden. Vielleicht noch ein Wort zur Auslosung.
Ja, schöne Spiele dabei, besonders natürlich Dortmund, Bochum und Frankfurt gegen Leipzig. Da kann man sich wieder drauf freuen.
Und dann nehme ich Thomas Wolter auch noch mal kurz mit ins Boot.
Ja, ich hatte ja einige Wünsche, die vorher mich herangetragen wurden, die habe ich alle nicht erfüllt. Insofern habe ich keinem Weh getan.
So, und dann würde ich sagen, haben wir die Auslosung zum Achtelfinale DFB-Pokal der Junioren jetzt hier und heute vollzogen. Und wir freuen uns sehr auf die zweite Hälfte des Nordderbys. HSV gegen Werder Bremen gleich. Also geht's weiter mit der zweiten Halbzeit und wir sagen Tschüss erstmal von dieser Stelle.
So a free coming on for the second half substitution for Werder Bremen. This is his 7th game for Bremen this season. And they get the ball to start the second half down by a goal. Didn't show a lot of firepower, a lot of oomph in that first half. But they get started with an early corner kick here in the second half. Fernando Dickus telling his defender that he did a good job there. So Bremen trying to change things up here in the second frame. Didn't look very excited when they got this close to goal, but the corner kick was pretty good looking there, and deflections right in front inside the box. And Hamburg has to just put a boot to the ball and send it away. All the way back to Robert Starke. Werder Bremen committed a couple of mental errors in the first 20 minutes. And Hamburg was able to take advantage, full advantage of one of them, as Bugaj was able to slip a ball past Starke. It wasn't even a shot, really. It was just more of a, I'm trying to get past the keeper here, excuse me. And it just managed to go past Starke and walk right into the back of the net. But Bremen trying to find some luck here. That was not a bad shot from Krogman, and he gets the corner out of it on the other side. Tide starting to change here in Hamburg. As you see Krogman putting his left foot into the ball there. He's normally not one to take the shot, but certainly starting to feel some confidence here. Second corner for Bremen here in the second half, and that's taken care of by Hamburg. Sent along, trying to find Hensel. Starke keeps it along the ground. Bremen trying to move forward from the back, but the press from Hamburg just right in Bremen's face. Good turn. So Bremen was able to put a lot of pressure on Hamburg in the opening 3 minutes here in the second half. And now they're really starting to use the press. More than half the team on the attacking half for Bremen. And now Hamburg trying to exploit it. Here they come. 4 in the attacking third for Hamburg. But everybody from Bremen falls back in line. Cross into the box. And it's too far for anyone to put a boot on it. So that will be a goal kick for Starke and Bremen. And now Hamburg applying the press of their own. But Bremen manages to get past it. Good work from Birkenspech. Turned into a one-man show for a little bit there. Now Bremen tries to move forward. Optisch was right there. And now going the other way, Barkowski. Barkowski trying to go on the one-on-one, cuts to the outside, and the attempt goes a bit too far. Off to the right side, was trying to find that far post. But that left much to be desired. Goal kick for Bremen. So both sides now starting to get in the mood here in Hamburg. Hamburg is yet to really allow Bremen to get a very clear shot at goal, even a very clear look. But Bremen's starting to feel a bit more comfortable, a bit more confident here as Hooker's pass into the box is found to the far side. Slot in front, and he was looking for Menthi, and he was right there, a bit closer than where he's used to scoring from, as he's had 3 penalties. Scored 3 times from the penalty shot, from the penalty spot, excuse me. But just bounced off to the side. But Bremen really starting to play with confidence now. Something that was very seriously lacking in the first 45 minutes. Trying to change things up in the mini Nord Derby. And Hooker manages to get right in between the attacker and the ball, sends it back to Stocke. Bremen playing a little bit stronger, a little bit faster. But still, it's Bugaji's goal that's keeping Hamburg on top. Hensel sends it ahead. Bremen comes down with it off the throw-in. Man in the box there. Now 3 in or around it for Bremen. Bringing players forward. Here's the chance. And Mbassi just couldn't get the ball down. First touch left much to be desired, but Bremen is certainly on the move, certainly on the attack. Another corner for the men in green. Off the corner, and Hamburg gets in front of it and forces Bremen to retreat. Everybody leaving the box now. And now Bremen trying to spread things out. Not just in terms of width, but length as well. Just kept in on the far side. Hensel thought he got pushed from behind, but that's a push from behind, and that's a penalty for Bremen. Kevin Menthi telling everybody that's all me. And if Bremen knows what they're doing, they're going to put him on the spot, as you see Menthi just pushing Hensel off. And then drawing the penalty. And he's going to take it all himself. That was all Bremen's number 11. And now he steps back, ready to tie this game up. Everybody in blue and white supporting Dickus. And he's unable to stop Menthe. Another goal for him, his 6th on the year, puts Bremen back even Stevens with Hamburg. Well, he needed all the power he could get in that shot as Dickus went the right way. But Menthe was just too strong from 11 meters out, and we're all tied up here in the 56th minute. Remember, it's a derby. Anything can happen. Doesn't matter if it's the seniors, super seniors, or the juniors like we have here right now. So a 1-1 game here in Hamburg. Bremen has been on the attack. They were smelling blood in the water, and now they're trying to pounce again. Not afraid to move forward now. Now it's Hamburg's time to look a little bit foolish here in the game. Bremen streaking ahead, this time on the far side. Flying into the box, but Dickus was right there. He's trying to work quickly, a little bit too fast for everybody from Hamburg as that goes into the Hamburg bench. Really wish that we could have been in the locker room for Cedric Macchiati and his halftime speech. Whatever he said, it's working as Dickus was unable to bring that ball in. Had a little collision there with his center back, Adekunle. And that low ball was to no one in particular. Dickus will take care of it. As you see right there, little miscue between Adekunle and Dickus. So Bremen bringing the swagger here in the second half. So towards the end of that first half, Bremen head coach Macchiati had his hands in his pockets, wasn't expressing himself, at least not verbally, but he certainly was with his body language. But now he's using the full range of motion. As you see, he's right next to the back Henzo to do the throw-in, pointing out what he wants, who he wants where. Well, it took a little while. It took more than 45 minutes, but Bremen has certainly shown up now. As Hamburg looks like they want to send on a couple of substitutions. So it looks like we'll have to just wait for the next moment, the next stoppage of play, and there it is, and we got a couple of subs coming on. So Akiyildiz heads off. And that will bring on Borges Malou as well as Medayese. And Bugaj also came off there. So Medayese and Borges Malou coming on for Hamburg. And Bugaj and Akiyildiz coming off. Now Bremen going forward on the right. Hooker losing it though before he could make any noise. Now Medayese, the substitute, trying to find his way past a couple of Bremen defenders. But he does get the throw in for Hamburg. And Richter saying that they have to bring the ball back a little bit further. And there you go. That's where you can do the throw-in from. Like I said, trying to keep this game on a tight leash. And it's a turnover right by the box. And we've got a free kick for Hamburg. And a whistle, and he draws, and he brings over a Bremen player and shows the yellow card. So a yellow card goes up in the air. So Capricorn guilty of the foul. So he'll have to be careful from here on out. So 2 players on the ball for Hamburg here for this big free kick just outside the box. A 5-man wall for Bremen. You've got Hartish and Yildirim. And Hartish elects to go for it. And it went a bit too high. Tried to go over the wall, and he did, but it just kept on going. And didn't get the dip that he wanted. So tough break for Hamburg there. And a whistle, and we've got another free kick. This one for Bremen, however, right by midfield. Mbasi getting it back. Tries to draw some Hamburg defenders this way. And the high ball is managed to stays in play. We go on, and Bremen keeps it moving. Even when things go wrong, they try to make it right. Bremen just putting on so much pressure. At least 3 players right in front of Borges Malou. And finally, there's a foul called. They're just really trying to clamp down on the right winger. Another foul committed by Bremen. The second half, a lot more even-sided As Bremen's really starting to apply some pressure, starting to believe in themselves. They were very sluggish in that first half. And the pass in front was very tantalizing, but nobody home for Hamburg. And right there from the substitute, Borges Malou was looking for his fellow sub in Medayese. And Hamburg keeps the pressure on, even off the throw-in. And Mbasi fell to the deck, and that's enough from Richter. Bremen finding much more success when they keep it along the ground. Knocked forward, and that will go right to Dickus. Hamburg's back line not exactly looking very strong here in the second half. Bremen exposing a couple of holes, but now Hamburg screaming the other way at the 18. Bremen collapsed around the ball. And an offside is called, this time against Luis Lemke. Playing in his 8th game for Hamburg this year. He was also involved with the national team over the international break. Played in the U17 Euro qualifiers. So now if you're Hamburg, you're really frustrated after allowing Bremen to get back in the game. They just really rammed, Bremen just rammed the ball down Hamburg's throats in the first few minutes of the second half. And allowed them to get back in, allowed them to tie this game up. So if you're Hamburg, you have to find a way to cool off Bremen. One way to do that is by what they're doing right now, just playing the possession game. But a little bit too much for Borges Malou. As you see, Oliver Krause was a little bit more easygoing in the first half. Not here right now. 21 minutes left in the game. And yet anything is possible. Very much anything is possible here between these two rivals. As the ball's stolen away, here goes Bremen screaming the other way into the box. Fired in front, and that's just pushed aside. Or just missed, I should say, as Manthi was right there looking for another goal. Scored 3 goals in his last 2 games coming into this contest. But he was just offside there, so even if it did find its way inside the pipes, it would not have counted. But Manthi really starting to make himself known to Dickus and Hamburg's defense here in the second half. Another chance for him. And another offside call. This time it was Krogman, I beg your pardon. Tough touch there. Not a great touch, and that leads to the foul. As Hotish is still on the ground, putting his hands on his head. Needs some help getting back to his feet. Gets it from Yildirim. So you see the tough first touch. Drew the Bremen midfielder over and applied a little bit too much pressure. Now out of Kunle. Trying to push things forward. Trying to get back on top. Now Barkowski has to give it back to the back line. Schumann now over to the right side. Now Bremen pushing Hamburg back. Now Hamburg thinks they found something through Barkowski near the end line, and the defender comes in and picks it out. But we've got a corner for Hamburg upcoming. Neither side has been really effective on the corner kicks today. So you heard someone say 1, 2, 3. Auf Deutsch. But none of the timed drums worked out for Hamburg. They managed to get possession back before Bremen could even get a whiff at the goal. So Hamburg just needs to find a way forward. Otherwise, their perfect record will be broken. Medayese. Now Barkowski puts the right foot into the ball. Brought down by Hensel near the corner flag. Now pass back Yildirim. Near the edge of the box, fired, and that is knocked out of bounds. Another corner for Hamburg on the far side. So Hamburg really pushing back against Bremen here in the latter parts of the second half. Trying to find win number 7 here in Group A. They need a goal. Fired in towards the 6-yard box, and it's not, no one is able to turn it on target or clear it. And a free kick upcoming for Hamburg. Bit too much pressure coming from Birkenpesch. And Richter was not happy with what he saw from Bremen's number 9. So Hotish is going to send in the free kick. Bremen putting one man on the wall. Hartisch is ready to go, fires it in. That was a tantalizing cross there. Hamburg still with plenty of pressure though. Flying inside the 18, and a very interesting place to attempt a bicycle kick from Borges Malou. Looks incredible doing it, but from right on the edge of the 18, that's a bit too ambitious to do it. I mean, but definitely a lot of height on that attempt. Not a bad try, but he would have been better to just bring that one down as Hamburg sends on a couple more substitutes. So Schumann and Hensel are done for the day for Hamburg. So Vranga is on the pitch now. Looks like he will take over for Hensel. And Schumann also came off. I'll get you the second substitute as soon as I can. And Bremen sends on a substitute as well. Colavecchio. Bremen's defense starting to fall apart. And saved by the referee's whistle there. So now Bremen going the other way. And another stoppage, another offside call against the men in green. A free who came on at halftime called for the offside. Bremen winning it once more. Starting to go a little bit back and forth here in the 78th minute. Markowski with some green grass in front of him. Has to give it off and wasn't where Borges Malou wanted it. And he couldn't backpedal in time. So 12 minutes left here in Hamburg. HSV 1 and Werder Bremen also with 1 goal. It's about time where you start to think, who's going to be the hero? Who's going to stand up? Who's going to rise to the occasion? As neither side really wants this match to end in a draw. Neither side would be content with split points. Markowski leaving his defender Mbassi in the dust. And the pass in front is cut out, and it's a corner for Hamburg. 10.5 minutes left. Hamburg creeping ever closer. But Bremen is shutting the door here in the second half. Ball going to the far post, and Starke could not hold on. Lucky that that ball went behind the end line and not the goal line. Adekunle coming up, trying to help out on that corner. And Hamburg is certainly applying the pressure. Starting to understand how things can change in a heartbeat, especially in a derby. It's brought in Manthe. Manthe still with it. Manthe with the left foot, and it's stopped by Hamburg before it could get to Dickus. And that is sent out of play. Hotisch off the throw-in, and Hotisch hits the deck. But the referee gives the advantage to Hamburg as they move ahead. And that just went a little bit too far for Borjas Malou. So Hamburg player down on the ground. Looks like he's rubbing his left knee. That's Bissi Muele, who needed a little bit more time to get back to his feet. But he's back and he's ready to go. So no foul called, throw in for Bremen right in front of their bench. And a great tackle there coming from Hotisch. Barkowski trying to make it work, make it count. Hotisch leaves it along the ground. Medayese gets taken down right outside the box, but Lichter wasn't interested. So things getting a little bit more tense out there as the clock ticks ever closer to 90 minutes gone. Barkowski waited for some help, and now he gets it. Into the box. Knocked in the air and off the post. An incredible header, all things considered. No chance that the keeper could have stopped it. Excellent work there. Coming from Louis Lemke, as he was able to beat his man and did get that header. Corner coming for Hamburg, near post and pushed away. But Hamburg still in business. Another chance, another cross. This one well too short to really put any trouble on Stake. And we've got another substitution upcoming. It looks like Yildirim will come off, rubbing his left hamstring as he heads out of bounds, and looks like that was the right decision from Oliver Krause as Yildirim takes his time to go around the corner flag and to the Hamburg bench. So Schwarz coming on. This is Schwarz's 5th time appearing for the U19s. And Hadnajev is coming on as well. So trying to find some extra energy, extra strength here in the final 5 minutes. Sprinting towards the center circle, now trying to find a man inside the 18. Bremen getting in between the attacker and the ball. And pushed out by the Hamburg defense. But Bremen working quickly now. And another offside call against the men in green. This time, Afriyi is the guilty party there. So neither side wants to leave this field with just 1 point. And Richter gives a free kick to Hamburg. Final 3 minutes and counting. Just outside the Volksparkstadion. Adekunle having to go all the way back right in front of the end line before he picks it up. Trying to send it forward, looking for Medayese. Just too far for him, and Staka has to get involved. So Oliver Krause watching on, giving the instructions as he can. And Bremen wins the throw-in right by the Hamburg bench. Into the 89th minute, and a big collision between Höcke and Lemke. Seeing Höcke just coming right in. He is called for the yellow card. Bit wild coming from the Bremen captain there. So the speed of play really starting to pick up now. Now Dickus. Hamburg player took a tumble off the ball. Bremen trying to move forward. And a Hamburg player looks like he's still down on the ground, now gets back up. On the other side, Hamburg with the moves into the 18. Knocked in front, and Staka hit the deck, as did a Hamburg player, and that's a penalty for Hamburg. A big decision there from Richter, as Hamburg is now 11 meters away from victory. See that going into the box, and Staka was reaching out for the ball and took down Medayese in the process. That takes us into stoppage time. Barkowski lines up. Ball on the spot. Straka on the line. Barkowski versus Straka. Who's gonna win? Barkowski gets the win! Wins the battle against Straka and just might have saved 3 points here in Hamburg. Well, a big decision from him to go to the left side of the net. And he just buried it. Big sigh of relief from Hamburg's number 11 as he went up. And Straka went the wrong way. And Barkowski sends it home from 11 meters out. And that might just do it for Hamburg, putting them up 2-1. Still not sure exactly how much time is left. Haven't heard anything from Richter here. But no matter how much time is left, expect Bremen to just fire everyone forward. And a miscue. And that is a big turnover there. Hamburg going the other way, trying to lift it over the keeper, off the post. Straka thought it was going to go off to the side. And Barkowski nearly doubled his goal total from the center circle. Well, Straka took his mind off the game for a split second and just thought that ball was just going to sail away. That was near total disaster and mission accomplished for Hamburg. But they have less than 60 seconds before they can truly say that all 3 points will stay here just outside the Volksparkstadion. Drifting along the ground, and looked like Borjas Malou thought that he had a man next to him, but he did not. Final 30 seconds ticking away. Hamburg just applying the pressure. Ball goes out for, looks like they're going to say it's going the other way. So a foul was called against Hamburg. Stoppage time is up. Bremen not screaming ahead, not sprinting forward. They need to move this ball closer and closer. Now they do. Last chance for Bremen right here into the 18. And that is it. Hamburg got the first goal back in the first half. Bremen's Manthe tied it up with another penalty shot, but Barkowski finished it off with a penalty shot of his own, and Hamburg keeps all 3 points right here at home. Well, that's just something that we might expect in a Nord Derby, featuring all these players in a few years from now. Very tense affair, especially in that second half. And Oliver Krause's men can smile very brightly as they get another win and keep their perfect record alive. 7 wins, no draws, and no losses for Hamburg. Meanwhile, Bremen drops to 1 win, 3 draws, and 4 losses on the season. Hamburg still on top of Group A after winning the Nord Derby once again here at the U19 level. So that will do it for us from Hamburg. Hope you had as much fun as we did, bringing you U19 football here in northern Germany. HSV winners 2-1 over Werder Bremen. And until we meet again, my friends, I'm Kai Dombach. As the great philosophers Bill and Ted once said, be excellent to each other. So long und auf Wiedersehen from Hamburg.
Gute Fahrt,